What's up everybody, Kent here from Kent's Garage Gym. Got a question for you. Why do guys who use steroids lie and say that they do not use steroids and they're completely natural and what they achieved on their own without gear? Why would they do that? What's the motivation? There's a lot of different guys on steroids, so the kind of guys that I'm talking about are those who are on YouTube and Instagram. I'm not talking about the guys at your local gym who are just keeping to themselves and not advertising anything at all. I'm talking about the guys on YouTube, Instagram. Let's look at some fake natties, some obvious fake natties, for example. Look at Mike O'Hearn, who is a 4 times Mr. Universe champion. He says that he is completely natural, and yet there's pictures of him next to Rich Piana flexing, and he's bigger than Rich. Rest in peace, Rich. There's videos of him training at Gold's Gym, the steroid-using mecca of bodybuilding, Gold's Gym, and yet he says that he's completely natural. By the way, he gets really ticked off when anybody even tries to say that he is a fake natty, that he uses steroids. My opinion in all of this is that they are trying to sell you something. So what could they possibly try to sell you? Well, a lot of these guys are backed by supplement companies, okay? So the supplement companies want you to believe that if you do their supplements, if you take their BCAAs, then you're going to get as jacked as the steroid user that they are endorsing, which is total BS. You cannot do that. You can't just take some chocolate-flavored protein powder, the same as this guy is taking, and get huge like you're on roids just because of the supplement. Let's look at Cage Muscle, who is owned by Chris Gethin, I think is what his name is. And you can look at bodybuilding.com. They did a video of him being trained by Dorian Yates a few years back. And Dorian Yates is 6 times Mr. Olympia as well. He is a admitted steroid user from the past. He doesn't do it anymore. But, I mean, of course, when you go to his website, there's a picture of Chris. It's a before and after picture, 12-week, 3-month transformation. Shows him on one end, and of course he's trying to look as crappy as he can. He's got his belly out. He's looking lazy. On the other hand, 12 weeks later, he's jacked and stacked and tanned and shaved and everything, and more than likely he's using steroids to get from point A to point B. But what the supplement, what his company is trying to say by putting his pictures out there is that if you buy his supplements, you can get to point A from point A to point B, just like him. You can get as jacked as him just by doing some BCAAs, or just by doing this little pill or that little pill, or whatever, which is wrong. And by the way, I'm not trying to say that Chris has ever denied or claimed to do steroids. I'm just saying he probably would not want to say anything about it at all, because he wants people to believe that what he had achieved from this picture to that picture is achievable by you buying his supplements. And I think that's the bottom line right there. I think no matter if it is some guy trying to sell you his meal plan or his workout plan. I mean, first of all, if you're on roids, a natural guy versus a guy on roids, the natural's not going to be able to work out as long or maybe even as hard as the guy on steroids. And he's not going to be able to eat the same amount as a guy on steroids either. And a guy who's natural needs more rest as well. So they can't just look and say, oh yeah, Caleb Von Moger rests for 36 hours with his muscle groups. Well, yeah, he's on roids. Okay? Most normal guys have to rest like 48 hours per muscle group or something like that. So it's just hard to take advice or use the same kind of supplements or any of that kind of stuff for the guys that are on roids. You can't just look at them and go, oh yeah, they're taking this supplement, this little thing, and I'm going to do that too and get the same kind of results without steroids, because they don't mention it, or they lie about it and they say that they're natty. And that kind of gets on my nerves, lying and saying, yeah, I got here without any help, even though I secretly did. And you can too. And the American dream says you can work as hard as you want to and you can achieve anything. And I think some people really feel like that's possible. Like if they just push hard enough that it's achievable, but it's not. So what do you guys think? What are the reasons that you believe people lie about steroids? Do you think because of legality? You think that they're worried about people finding their distributor and the distributor running away or something like that? What is your opinion?